Hey there, beautiful souls. It's Crystal, and welcome back to another episode of Sparks of Sunshine. So, let me ask you, when's the last time you paused and really soaked in a moment of pure joy? Like one of those little moments where everything feels right, even just for a second? With the holiday season in full swing, it's easy to get caught up in the hustle of planning, shopping, cooking, and trying to make everything perfect. But in the middle of all of that chaos, how often do we stop and ask ourselves, am I actually enjoying any of this? Today, we're diving into how to make room for joy, even when life feels busy or overwhelming. Because let's be honest, isn't that what the holidays are really about? Connection, love, and those magical little moments that make it all worth it. So grab your favorite spot and let's chat about how we can let go of the stress, embrace the holiday spirit, and truly make space for joy this holiday season. Ready? Let's dive in. All right, let's get real for a second. Why does joy sometimes feel like it's hiding during the holidays? I mean, the season practically screams happiness with all the twinkling lights, festive music, and holiday movies on repeat. But somehow, between the endless to do list and the pressure to make everything picture perfect, joy can feel more like an afterthought, right? Here's the thing, the holidays come with a lot of expectations. We're juggling gift list, family gatherings, decorating, and about a million and one little details. And instead of soaking up the magic, we end up stressed and overwhelmed. Sound familiar? And then there's a sneaky thing that happens. We start comparing. Maybe it's scrolling through social media and seeing someone else's perfectly decorated home or their elaborate holiday plans, and suddenly our own efforts can feel less than. It's like we're too busy chasing some ideal holiday vibe to actually enjoy the one we're living. But here's the truth, joy doesn't come from perfection or checking off every box. It comes from mindfulness. It's those small, unexpected moments, like laughing over a failed cookie recipe or watching cheesy holiday movies in your PJs that make the most magic. So if joy has felt a little out of reach lately, you're not alone. But don't worry, we're going to unpack how to make space for it in ways that feel simple, light, and totally doable. So now that we've talked about why joy can feel out of reach, let's shift gears and dive into some simple ways to bring it back into focus. Because let's be honest, joy isn't going to come knocking on our door with a big bow on top. Sometimes we have to make a little room for it. One of the easiest ways is to start by simplifying. I know. It sounds too obvious, right? But think about it. How often do we pile on holiday activities just because we feel like we should? Maybe this year, instead of saying yes to every invite or tradition, you pick a few things that genuinely light you up. It's not about doing less to miss out, it's about doing what matters most. Next, let's talk about embracing those imperfections. I mean, who decided that holidays had to be flawless anyway? Some of the best memories come from the imperfect moments, like burning the holiday cookies or decorating the tree with a string of lights that refuse to work. It's those simple little mishaps that end up making us laugh and connect. So instead of striving for perfection, why not just lean into the messy, magical chaos of it all? And here's a fun one, make time for something that brings you pure, unfiltered joy. Maybe it's blasting your favorite holiday playlist while you're dancing around the living room, or taking a moment to enjoy a peppermint hot chocolate without multitasking. Sometimes it's the smallest, simplest things that remind us of what joy feels like. Finally, Give yourself permission to say no. This can feel tricky during the holidays, but setting boundaries is one of the best ways to protect your energy and make space for joy. It's okay to skip an event or delegate some tasks. It doesn't make you less festive, it makes you human. Joy doesn't have to be complicated or grand. It just needs a little space to show up. And once you start carving out those moments, you might be surprised how much magic actually sneaks in. Now, let's talk about where joy really likes to hide in the little things. It's funny how often we overlook these small moments, isn't it? We get so caught up in chasing the big, picture perfect holiday experiences that we miss the tiny, magical ones happening right in front of us. Think about it. Have you ever stopped to watch how excited kids get over the simplest things? Like a snowflake landing on their mitten, or a holiday light display that makes them gasp. The kind of joy is so pure and unfiltered, it's a great reminder that happiness doesn't have to come from something big or extravagant. As adults, we can find those same kind of moments if we just slow down and look for them. Maybe it's the smell of cookies baking in the oven, or the way the sunlight streams through your window on a cold morning. It could even be the first sip of your favorite holiday drink. You just have to look for them. And don't forget about those little connections with others. A genuine smile from a stranger, a random kind word, or even a shared laugh over a silly holiday memory that can bring so much warmth. These moments might seem small, but they have a way of sticking with you and making everything feel a little bit brighter. So as you go through this week, try paying extra attention to these small sparks of joy. Let them remind you that happiness doesn't always have to be something you plan or create. It can just be something you notice. And honestly, sometimes those unplanned, unexpected moments are the ones that feel the most magical. Here's the beautiful thing about joy. It multiplies when you share it. Have you ever noticed how contagious a genuine smile or a heartfelt laugh can be? Sharing joy doesn't just brighten someone else's day, it amplifies your own. Think about the little ways you can spread joy during the holidays. Maybe it's as simple as complimenting someone's holiday sweater, even if it's a bit outrageous, or leaving a kind note for a friend or coworker. These small gestures might seem minor, but they have a way of creating ripple effects that go far beyond the moment. And let's talk about the joy of giving, not just presents, but time, attention, and thoughtfulness. Whether it's surprising someone with their favorite treat or lending a hand when they least expect it, these acts of kindness remind us that joy isn't just something we feel, it's something we can create. Even your presence can be a gift. Ever noticed how just being truly present with someone, listening, laughing, or even just sitting in comfortable silence can make them feel valued? That's the kind of joy money can't buy, but it's the kind that lasts. So as you move through this holiday season, think about one way you can share joy with someone else. It doesn't have to be anything big or elaborate. Sometimes the smallest things, a genuine thank you, a quick text, or even just holding the door open, can make someone's day and remind them of the good in the world. Because at the end of the day, joy isn't meant to be kept to ourselves. The more we share it, the more it grows. And honestly, who couldn't use a little extra sunshine right now? Before we we wrap things up, let's take a moment to think about those joyful holiday memories that stay with us. You know the ones, the times that felt so simple yet so special. Maybe it's a quiet evening spent with loved ones, a moment of laughter over something completely silly, or even an unexpected spark of magic during a chaotic day. These memories remind us that joy doesn't need to be extravagant or planned. It often shows up in small, imperfect moments we hold close. And the more we take time to reflect on them, the easier it is to notice and create more of those moments moving forward. So here's something to try this week. Think back on one of your favorite holiday moments. What made it stand out? Was it the people, the simplicity, or something unexpected? Reflecting on those experiences not only helps us reconnect with joy, but also shows us where to find it in our everyday lives. And if you're feeling inspired, share one of those memories with someone you care about. It's a great way to spread a little extra joy and maybe even brighten someone else's day. And that's a wrap, beautiful souls. Thank you for joining me today as we explore how to make room for joy, especially during the busy, magical holiday season. I hope this episode gave you a few ideas to let go of the stress, embrace the little things, and share more joy with the people around you. As you go through this week, remember that joy doesn't have to be big or complicated. It just needs a little space to shine, whether it's a moment of gratitude, a laugh with someone you love, or even just enjoying a silly holiday tradition. Let those moments remind you of what the holidays are truly about. And before you go, I'd love for you to share this episode with someone who could just use a little extra sunshine in their life. Don't forget to tap that heart, leave a comment, or follow along. Your support means the world to me. Thank you again for being here. Until next time, keep shining bright, make space for joy, and I'll catch you on the next episode as we continue this journey together.